Hi, Tim. How you doing?
Are we any closer to knowing where David stands?
He won't play tomorrow.
Okay.
Neither will Zaza.
So how big is this stretch of games that's coming up? Obviously, I know you don't want to pick ahead, but that's an emotional game going to OKC. Do you address the team about the whole stretch, or just take it one?
We always gather at the very beginning of the week, and you can probably even see on that board, we just put the week schedule. So when I say we take it week by week, I'm literally saying that. It's not coach speak. So we put out the week schedule at the beginning of every week. It's kind of easier to kind of segment the season that way, and this week is no different from any other week. Obviously, it'll be different for KD going back to OKC, but it's just another week of the season and trying to get better.
You didn't play Ian Clark last game. Was that just a matter of matchups? Was that something where you're really looking at McCaw more?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks we've been going to McCaw, trying to help his development. Ian will absolutely play. He'll be back in the rotation at some point. I want both of them to be ready for the playoffs because a lot can depend on matchups, and we're going to need different things against different opponents. And they're both very capable of helping us. But it's hard to play 11 guys. We already played 10, which was difficult. So if I'm playing one of them, it's going to be tough to play the other. So I would look for both of them, to have their moments and to continue to play during the season as we try to get them both prepared.
Do you remember, Steve, about the emotions of going back to face your former team for the first time during your career?
I did it all the time because I played on so many teams. So it always gives you a bounce in your step when you go back to the place where you played. You get an emotional kickstart. Just walking into the building is exciting, and seeing all your old friends and having all those memories. So for me, it was going back to Cleveland after 3 years as a Cav. It was going back to Chicago, after 5 years, and then the Spurs traded me after 3 years. I went to Portland. Coming back into the Alamo Dome was bizarre. It's a weird feeling, but it's nice because out of 82 games, sometimes you need that emotion, and that'll definitely do it. And I can't even imagine what it'll feel like for KD. I mean, that's a totally different level. It's one thing to be a role player for a few years, but to be a superstar in one town and have the whole place adore you, the whole city, to go back is going to be obviously very emotional for him.
How do you feel Looney's been doing with the increased opportunity, and how does he learn? What kind of learner is he?
He's doing a good job. Loon is a really, really good basketball mind. He sees the game. He feels it. He's in the right spots. He's got a nose for the ball. Excellent rebounder. And so it's been good for him to get some minutes here the last few games, and he's coming along well.
At this point, what do you attribute your guys' back-to-back, your streak of back-to-back games without losses, regular season streak?
Well, talent is number one. I mean, you have to have talent in this league, and we have enough talent where we don't have to be at our best to win games, and not everybody can say that, obviously. So we're really blessed to have the players that we do, and avoid a losing streak of any kind. It's really a remarkable streak. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I think it's. I'm not trying to jinx this, but it's an incredible feat. Obviously, an NBA record. But first and foremost, it's talent. But on top of that, it's competitiveness, and that's obvious. You don't get through almost 2 years without losing back-to-back games without being super competitive. So I'm proud of our guys for that.
Do you consider how much that helps chemistry? Just not having to deal with any losing streaks?
Oh yeah, for sure. We have great chemistry, and I like to attribute that to the quality of the people on our team, the character, and I think that's that's the first thing. But yeah, not going on any long losing streaks makes things a whole lot easier. That's for sure.
Video of Kevin and Draymond getting it into it pretty good during the time. Now you were with your coaches, not right there, but were you aware that it went on and it went on for pretty long?
Yeah, we had all kinds of arguments that game. Totally normal. Totally normal. You should have seen the Bulls back in the day. We had guys yelling at each other all the time. Yeah, exactly. It's like I equate it to if you have a lot of siblings, and you're in the house together every day, and you love each other and you do anything for each other, but you're going to get in fights. So that's what it's like to be on a team. These guys are so close. I mean, KD and Draymond are best of friends, and they're together every night, laughing and joking. And so when something happens on the floor, I don't even bat an eye. It's just competitive, heat of the moment stuff. We played an awful game. I coached an awful game. It was a bad night for all of us. So there was plenty of that to go around, and I don't even think twice about any of it, because this has been about two and a half years of great chemistry. We have nights like that periodically, and we bounce right back. So I'm not worried about it.
For like the end of the bench guys to see the two really top guys kind of going back and forth. It isn't like a top guy going at a little guy kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean it's. I think all that stuff is healthy. It's healthy for the guys at the end of the bench to hear me getting on Steph or KD or Draymond about missing an assignment. It's healthy for them to see the players hashing everything out, even in a heated way. I mean, we're trying to fix whatever's going on, and there's always a line, right? You can't cross the line, and I think our guys do a good job of walking that line and bouncing back the next game, and it's never been an issue.
Has Zaza been reevaluated yet? Has Zaza had any further follow-up exams or anything?
Yeah, and he did not practice today, so he's not going to play tomorrow, and he's just day by day. Yeah, he's doing better. Yeah.
What kind of challenges are the Bulls?
Well, they're streaky. They're hard to figure out. I mean, you know that better than anybody. They've looked great at times. They've had big wins against some of the best teams, and they'll have a bad stretch, and so they're tough to figure out. But they have great talent with Jimmy and Dwayne on the perimeter, especially. And I like their big guys. They're a good post-up team. You don't see a lot of that these days, but they have a lot of guys that can go down on the block too. So we've got to be ready, and we haven't seen them yet this year either. So at this point in the year, pretty much every game we're going against somebody we've seen already. We have an idea. This is a brand new team for us, and we got to be ready for whatever's coming our way.
What stands out about the tenacity that Butler plays defense with? Also, like Clay plays defense with?
Yeah, he's so physically strong. Guys like that who can just run all day and be physical and get into people and still perform at the offensive end. That's probably the most unique trait that Jimmy has, just the two-way ability. And to me, that's the biggest thing when it comes to winning. When you want to win, it's guys like him or Kawhi Leonard or Clay, you mentioned. We got several guys on our team who really play both ends of the floor. It's a hard thing to do. It takes a lot out of people. You got to be really, really physically fit and strong to accomplish that.
Because the losses don't happen often, do you notice that these middle 2 days there's an enhanced push to really correct what went wrong in the previous game?
Yeah, I mean, every part of the schedule is a little different, but we had a day off followed by 2 days of practice. It's a very natural time of the season to make some strides and to get some good work in. And we've definitely had good work the last 2 days. I feel like we are going to be sharper tomorrow, but we'll see.
How's David West doing?
David's good. He went through practice today. He's still not ready. He's still got some pain, and he's going to be reevaluated in a few days, but he won't play tomorrow. All right, thanks, Coach.